Alrighty, welcome everyone to day 4 of Evidence of Code. Yesterday went pretty well, so hopefully I can continue that streak or the keep the skill up for this day. I don't know, but anyways, let's get into day 4. Everything's set up. Here we go. You ride the escalator down to the printing department. They're clearly getting ready for Christmas. They have lots of large rolls of paper everywhere, and there's even a massive printer in the corner. Decorating here will be easy. They can make their own decorations. What you really need is a way to get further into the North Pole base while the elevators are offline. Actually, maybe we can help with that. One of the elves replies, we're pretty sure that there's a cafeteria on the other side of the back wall. If you could break through the wall, you'd be able to keep moving. It's too bad all of our forklifts are busy making this big rolls of paper around. If you can optimize the work the forklifts are doing, maybe they'd have time to spare to break through the wall. The rolls of paper, the @ signs are arranged on large grids. Elves have a helpful diagram. Forklifts can only access rolls of paper if there are fewer than 4 rolls of paper in the 8 adjacent positions. If you can figure out which rolls of paper the forklifts can access, they'll spend less time looking and more time breaking down the walls. Example, there are 13 rolls of paper that can be accessed. Right, just adjacent means there's at least one. Wait, what? If there are fewer than 4 in the 8 adjacent. I gotcha. Okay. Cool. So that means yeah, I guess not all of them, because this one has 4. All right. Anyways, how many rolls can be accessed? I am gonna hope that we can brute force this, because I got nothing. Yeah, so, let's just do string line and inputs. We can go ahead and do int, I don't know if I can, no, let's make this a 2-dimensional array of booleans, simply because it's gonna be easier. I don't know. Roles, new boolean, and it's going to be input dot size, and then inputs get 0 dot length. Cool. So now what I can do, sorry, my bad. So now what I can do instead is I can just, let's go through them all first. Row equals 0 while row is less than input dot size, row plus. Go ahead down here for column. What we can do is string line is going to equal to input dot get row, and now we can make this to be the column. And this is going to be line dot length instead, and column. So now we have a column, so now we can just go ahead and set roles of row and column. It's going to be equal to line dot char at column is equal to the @ symbol. This just means that we have a role here, so easy enough to do. And so now what we can do is we can just do, let's call it part 1. And now we can do this exact same thing. But instead what we're going to do is in here, we're going to check the 8 adjacent, the 8 adjacent, whatever, the coordinates are, So, I'm going to do it this way just because, -1, -2. I could do this 9 ways. I'm just gonna make I don't know. I just prefer to do it this way. We're going deep into the for loops here. So we're gonna do the check then is it's gonna be int new row. It's gonna be equal to row offset plus row. Actually, do a check here is if the row offset equals 0 and the column offset equals 0. We're just going to skip it. Cool. So there's a new row. What? Can I just do row? Column offset, column, new column. Okay. So first to check to make sure it's within bounds. So what we're going to do is if new row is less than 0 or new column is less than 0 or new row is greater than or equal to line.length or new column is greater than or equal to line.length. Sorry, that's not line.length. This is this one length. This one is input.size. Sorry. If any of those are true, continue, break out of this, ignore it. So now what we got to do is check it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to keep track of how many adjacent. So long adjacent is going to be equal to 0. I could jump out of that's fine. But we're just going to do is I'm going to do a check here is if the, what I call this, roles of new row, new column is equal or is true, we're going to do adjacent plus plus. Actually, first we need to do is we need to make sure this is a role here. So if it's not a role, if there's no role here, we can continue as well. We can skip doing all this logic. We don't need to worry about it. Anyways, adjacent. And then we get to here is we can just do if adjacent is greater than 3, no, is less than 4. We can just part 1 plus plus. And that should actually be it. I think. Shall we try it? See how far off I am. Oh, one shot it. Let's go. Finally, one shot it. All right, anyways, now the elves just need help accessing as much of the paper as they can. Once a roll of paper can be accessed by the forklift, it can be removed. Once a roll of paper is removed, the forklifts might be able to access more rolls of paper. How many total rolls of paper could the elves remove if they keep repeating the process? So this is actually going to be pretty simple. It's going to be this, but it's going to be a variation of this. So what's going to happen is we're going to just do is while, so we're going to have a boolean here, and this is going to be removed equals true. While removed, we're then going to, first thing to do is set removed equal to false, because we have not removed anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this exact same thing. We're just going to be looking for the next roll we can remove. Actually, we need to keep track of how many have been removed. Rolls removed, or total removed. Actually, this is part 2. And so what we're going to do here is instead of incrementing part 1, what we're going to do is we're just going to do part 2 plus plus. Yeah, we're just gonna, I'll restart from the start. I'll just go from the start again. Part 2 plus plus. Removed. No, actually, I can let it go through the entire thing. Yeah, I'll just do this. That's fine. That should be all we need for this. I believe that just marking plus. Oh, we also need to do is rolls at this row and column needs to be marked as false because there's no longer a roll here. Cool. That should really be it, honestly. Am I gonna one-shot both of them? I'm too good. I'm too good. One-shot both. That's probably the first time. I think it's the first time I've ever done this where I just one-shot both parts. Can I make this better? I mean, this is a lot of logic that's like duplicated here. I mean, I can break this out. I don't know if I can break this out. because I can't. I could break this out and make its own method of like get number of adjacent. So I could do like private int get num adjacent. But I'm going to need the row and column. I'm going to need the roles passed in. And we need int max. And then return adjacent. So this is going to be max row, max column. And in theory, yeah, I can just do get adjacent, pass in roles, pass in the row, the column, input dot size, and line dot length. And I can actually just put this here. So in theory, what? Oh, I got moved to the wrong spot. So in theory, this can also replace this. And this should give me still my answers. I keep hitting a tab. I don't want to hit tab. Can I just go back to part 4? 14, 74, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I don't know if I can make this any more condensed. I think for now, this is the best I got. Just because of this logic changes. I don't know, I'll keep thinking about it. But anyways, there's a whole change. I didn't need to go on it. But yeah, there we go. Day 4. That was really easy for some reason. I don't know why I one-shotted that one so much easier than others. I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all tomorrow for day 5. Peace out.